Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the chat, Grimiao. It's going to be a short stream tonight. We're playing some more Castlevania, and the idea is that we're going to pretty much just clear out the clock tower, which is the last area we haven't explored in the normal castle, before finally breaking on out into the reversed castle and seeing what we can make of that. It's going to be a short stream, going to be probably about an hour, hour and a half-ish is what I'm aiming to finish up. So yeah, hope you enjoy, and I know I'm certainly going to have fun. Let's get started. So we got a couple options. We can either go into the clock tower sort of backwards, or we can go in the normal way and see what it's supposed to look like. I think what I'm going to do is go in the normal way, just because, like, this is apparently a purely optional area, which oops, not where we want to go. Definitely was not expecting. I definitely don't remember it being optional when I played before. But we went ahead and cleared the whole rest of the castle without it just fine. Two more. I'm just checking to make sure there's not any other, like, conspicuously empty or open areas that I haven't checked out yet. Don't think so. So yeah, one of the things I really enjoy about Castlevania, or at least Symphony of the Night, when compared to some of the other classic, like, Metroidvania sort of games, in Metroid, your movement is... Oh god. I'm going to want to turn... Let's see. So the Holy Nail is really kind of ideal. But I think we're going to put on the Mirror Cuirass, because that will prevent us from getting turned into stone. It would be very bad for us. It's the yellow Medusa heads that you have to watch out for. The blue ones just kind of are annoying and knock you back, but the yellow ones can turn you to stone. Fortunately, we also have Mist Form, which will let us survive quite a lot. My memory of the clock tower is it being very terrible, because when you are sort of supposed to go there, you don't have your Mist Form or your Bat Form or anything like that. So you just get knocked around like a pinball. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, the sort of distinguishing feature from Castlevania versus like a Metroid game, even though they have very similar styles of exploration, like they're 2D kind of open-ended platformers with big sprawling maps and so on, is that in Castlevania, your general like movement through the game is upward. You're like always sort of like climbing the castle as you explore. Newer areas will open up like just higher and higher and higher, and that's true even now that we've gotten to the reversed castle, because we're still going to be climbing. We're just going to be going through the map upside down. So it's going to like open up as we climb higher. And in Metroid, your general sense of movement is always like down. You're always like going deeper and deeper and deeper into the depths. Alright, let's see what's up here. A thing. A thing is up there. Nice. This is where we get our bat fire. So this is cool. I've got my bat out. And the cool thing is if we press the attack button, both I and the bat that is following me will shoot a fireball. Which is pretty great. Very cute. So we're just kind of exploring around the edges. I don't think there's anything here that we can open up, per se. I'm gonna keep my holy water for now. We might, this is one of the few areas where we might actually switch to the diamond. Just to make some things a little bit easier on ourselves. For now, let's continue clearing out this room. Hold on. Weird that it wasn't displaying the enemy names there for a sec. This is also one of the areas where the axe can be good, because the clock tower is very like vertical. The rooms we're going to traverse after this one are going to be mostly like going up and then down again. Very nice. And a pentagram, also nice. I don't remember quite what the pentagram does for us, per se. Now, I don't know much about speedrunning Castlevania, but I would imagine a pretty significant speedrun tactic might be to... Ooh. What is this? We get the Shaman Shield. So that's a new shield. We get a new weapon, and we get the Ice Mail, which I'm pretty sure we already had. Yeah, we've got 3 ice mails now. Oops. But yeah, let's see what the Shaman's Shield is like. Defense is the same. Let's find out what it does with the Shield Rod, because all of the shields do something different. Let's give it a try. You have to... There you go. Oh my god! What the fuck was that? Okay, so we get intelligence up, and I think it gave us... so that gives us like a magic boost. See what it does again? Yeah, so it's just int up. Well, that's fun and weird. We summoned Baphomet, or something that looks kind of like Baphomet. Some sort of weird goat thing. Alright, and then we basically... Okay, and that's just a cross. So we've basically covered everything. There's gonna be hearts. Alright. So the lower entrance is not ideal, because it just sort of puts us at the bottom of this very long, very tall room. This is the other reason why it's not a good idea to come to the clock tower like as soon as you can. Even though there is some nice equipment here. Because, remember, when we first were able to come to the clock tower, we didn't even have the holy symbol yet to protect us from water. So all of this water would be hurting us as we walk through it. That would be a very bad day for us. Alright, so it just connects us back up here. You know what? Fuck it. Let's take the diamond and see if that is nice for us. We've got these gears that allow us to fall through them as they're spinning. That's fun. And pretty soon we're going to encounter some spikes. Oh god, harpies. Fortunately, not much difficulty at the point where we are now in the game, but when you... At the earliest point where you can come here, they're really irritating. Ah, no, that's not what I wanted. I don't want salt. Well, screw that. These Medusa heads will just spawn forever. And then you'll land in spikes. And it's a very bad day for you. Very, very, very bad day. Let's try not to do that again. Okay, I've got holy water again, I guess. Well, that's fine. It's not gonna do as much good here. Seeing how everything's sort of vertical, there's not a lot of flat surfaces. Alright, so here's what we've got to do. There is a puzzle in these rooms. And the puzzle involves these little gears on the walls. The ones that aren't moving. You've got to hit them until the sound they make is like a soft click. Like that. Now we've got to not touch that one again. Ah, fuck. So we've got to go all the way around with this one. There we go. I'm just going to make sure that this one is still active. I'm not sure if it resets. So yeah, trying to manage this while you're at a lower level and don't have good equipment is a nightmare. Now we've got to do the same thing in this room. Okay, that's solved. There's another switch around here somewhere. Pretty sure. Let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, here it is. Okay, that did it. Ow. See, I'm not even taking a lot of damage, and I'm still getting knocked around. It's ridiculous. Alright, I think that opened up this room up here. Maybe not. It might have opened the room below. There is a secret here. Damn, please. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Alright, we go up here to this mysterious looking place, which is actually in a clock tower. That's the clock face there, or the backside of it. And we are rewarded with a life max up. And a heart max up. There. We need to get that last square of the map. Go away, please. Alright. You can't jump down through these platforms. You can jump up through them, however. I'm sure you can already notice the architecture is double-sided. Now that we know that we've got the reverse castle that we can go to, the reasons for that should be pretty self-evident. Try going down this way. I'm fairly certain that hitting these switches opened up a secret passage. I'm just not sure where it is. It might, in fact, just be this door down here. Yeah, I think that's what it's supposed to be. So, let us flip the switches again. Take a minute. Okay, that's a click. That's a click. Let's make sure that's not open yet. So let's go to the other room and click both of these clickers. Alright, that's a click. Yay, go go hotel Wi-Fi. Welcome back, David. Hello, hello. Oh god, I can't tell if that clicked or not. God. Alright, we're gonna take the bat familiar off because it seems to be able to click the switch on its own. Yeah, I'm just gonna have no familiars. Alright, I think that was a click. Yes! Alright, we get to the secret room. You get a steel helm, a gold plate, and a star flail. Since we're coming here pretty late, these are probably not as great as they would have been if we had done this early in the game, but let's find out. Steel helm gives us some extra defense, which is nice. Lowers our intelligence pretty significantly. But the extra defense is probably worth it. The gold plate is defense 26, but our spike breaker armor is better than that, and so is the platinum mail and the holy mail by a pretty significant margin. All in all, not too bad. The star flail is actually worse than the shield rod. So, rip. But still, we found the thing. I don't know why I didn't come here sooner. I mean, I know why I didn't come here as soon as I could have. Because you can get to the clock tower pretty much right off the bat. Like as soon as you get to the outer wall, you can climb all the way up. I kind of wonder if that's a runner's strategy. Simply because there are some high-value items, and if you can maneuver yourself well enough and survive the Medusa heads, you might actually be in pretty decent shape. I'm pretty sure we got the mirror cuirass in the outer wall as well. Anyway, let's continue. It's prettier than the shield rod? Alright, let's give it a try. The star flail. Oh, it is pretty. It's got a nice little green sparkle on it. I forget that the sword gets a little ghost after you kill it. Whoa! Alright, we just picked up something from him. Don't know quite what. But still, if the star flail actually like spat out a little star, that would be pretty awesome. Doesn't even seem to have a special attack. So let's just bop that shield rod back on. Trusty old shield rod. Although I suppose we could check out... We got the Bekatawa. Yeah, none of these are particularly better than what we're rolling with currently. Right. Multiple levels, multiple entrances. This particular area is pretty maze-like. Right, and over here is a secret room. Here we get the healing mail. Now that might be worth putting on. Restores HP while walking. Yes, thank you. That's pretty handy. Even though its defense is not great. Oh, that's gonna be fun. We've got these little pendulums. Pretty sure I've covered this area already, so move on. So, what you're supposed to do when you come here, because you don't have the double jump, and you don't have all this other stuff, it's supposed to jump across those, and it's supposed to be mildly challenging. Ooh! Here we can pick up some dynamite. That is a new star. We'll try to remember where all these breakable walls and stuff are, because the reverse clock tower is going to be one of the first areas we can get to in the reverse castle. And there's going to be a lot of these cool thingies. Yeah, see? Just get health back pretty slowly, but it's still, you know, it's not nothing. Yeah, and then this is just the boss room that we sort of stumbled into by accident, and that's the clock tower. I'm gonna real quick just check out a map. Just see if there's any other, like, sneaky places that we've missed. Don't think we have. Yeah, this is looking pretty close to what I've got. Oh! There is a missing save room. How bizarre. I wonder how you're meant to get there. Let's go check it out. That'll be down in the Alchemist Lab. In that one conspicuous spot, I'm just like, it looks like there should be something there, but there definitely isn't. Is there anything else I'm missing? No. Uh-uh. No. Weird. Just that one spot. So unless, like, that's just a mistake on this map, which admittedly is definitely possible. All right, let's travel upward into the alchemy lab once more. See if we can find this missing room. Hopefully, we're not just chasing phantoms. That would kind of suck, honestly. Otherwise, yeah, I think I've got everything else. Anyway, here we go. This should be a darn sight more easy than it was last time I was here. Even. Oh, speaking of equipment, we can probably put, yeah, I've got Ring of Arcana and everything else on. Seems fine. Probably put my Herald shield back on simply because it's better with the shield rod. I mean, Bahamut is cool and all, and getting to summon a weird goat thing with a shield is also neat. You think there's a breakable wall I'm missing? Alright, well let me actually just link the map that I'm looking at and you can tell me. You can tell me if that looks like a bad map. But let me look for a breakable wall though. We're going up farther. Keeping the wall is the corner to the breakable floor. This next vertical shaft. Right? Wall is previous vertical shaft. Okay. The vertical shaft with the breakable floor in it. I am assuming. Which is the next one. Yeah. Oh, I see. Aha! Sneaky! Well, alright. We got it! We did it, everybody. I don't know why I have the axe now, but I do. You know what, screw it. As long as I lost the holy water, let's go ahead and pick up the, what do we want? Let's get the, let's be fun. Let's get the lightning. Whoops. Silly me. Okay, so now we can just go ahead and head on out to the reverse castle. Pardon me if y'all can hear that. That is a dog. Okay, we're probably going to take off the healing armor once we get into the reverse castle properly, because that's going to be introducing some stronger enemies and whatnot. So we'll want some actual proper defense once we get in there. Yeah, once, let's see. Once we've beaten Symphony of the Night, I'm not sure whether I want to take a break from Castlevania or move straight on to Aria of Sorrow, because I've managed to get a way to stream it functioning. I'm thinking we might just take a break from Castlevania when I finish Symphony of the Night, which will probably be this weekend. I'm planning to stream on another longish stream on Saturday, and that should probably take us pretty much through it. And then what I'd like to do is either in another like long weekend stream or something like that, I want to do Night in the Woods finally, like I've been telling myself I will. We'll leave it. So we want to put on, I think Holy Armor is our best bet. Undertale. Undertale will come eventually. Eventually. Night in the Woods has the advantage of being, like, very short, from what I understand. Whereas Undertale, I'm given to understand, is one of those things with multiple endings, and, like, since it is at least an RPG in name, it's probably going to take a bit longer. But we'll see. Maybe I'll have a change of heart. Okay, here we go. What happens if we fall off the castle? Well, as it turns out, there's just oh my god! I forgot. We meet, alas, poor Yorick down here. Kicking his little head around. He's so cute. I'm not gonna kill him. Oh, that's adorable. Dark resist fire. But, oh my god. Welcome to the stream, Unique. I think that's how your screen name is pronounced. Let me know if I got it wrong. No, I'm not gonna kill it. He's too adorable. He lost his head. Oh, poor Yorick. We knew him well, Horatio. Can I just hit the skull, though? Maybe I can do that. Oops. Oh god. I made him mad. I'll put him out of his misery. Monster Vial 3. How am I able to record this? Well, first of all, I've got a PlayStation 3 and an Elgato HD capture card, not the HD 60. And those ship with a cord that lets you take the RGB output of a PlayStation 3 and put it into the capture card. Because otherwise it doesn't. The PlayStation 3 is difficult to capture from. But yeah, I'm playing it on PlayStation 3 just because that's simpler. I have, prior to getting my caption card, may or may not have emulated a couple of games. Maybe not. But that is definitely something you can also do with OBS, which is the streaming software I use. You have it on Xbox One, but you've lost your patience. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Symphony of the Night, like, as much as I love the game, it is broken. It is really janky. Which is, to be honest, like, a huge part of its charm for me. But it is definitely the sort of thing, that if you don't quite have the nostalgia factor for it, it might be difficult to get into. That said, I kinda love it. And I've always been big on Metroidvanias to begin with, starting with, of course, Super Metroid. Oh, right. This is going to be an interesting... I don't think we can get up through that way. We have to go around here. Because literally what they did to make the reverse castle is they simply reversed all the tile sets and all of the collision tiles for the normal castle. So, all of the, God, what am I saying? All of the, like, one-way platforms that you can jump up through are now, like, impassable. Which is funny. And you can just fall through them, like that. Oh, you're 24. I am... How old am I? 29, I think? I didn't actually play this on PlayStation 1 originally. It was one of those games that, like, I had a PlayStation 1, but my friends mostly played it. Aria of Sorrow definitely is great, though. That actually is the first Castlevania I played. And it was an experience. And, like, it definitely gave me the sort of sense of, like, why people love these games. Probably one of the stronger entries in the series, despite the sort of limitations of a handheld. I actually think that Metroidvania's, like, really exploration-heavy games work really quite well on handhelds. Metroid Fusion's another one. actually played both of those before I played the originals. Like, I played Fusion before I got to Super. I played Aria of Sorrow before I got around to Symphony of the Night. Oh god, fucking curse. Well, so let's see, we've got a couple options here. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the rest of this room before we go over to boss time. Also, I might as well bring back the bat. Who is cute. We are bat friends. We are buddies. But yeah, one of the things I like about Symphony of the Night is the sort of clever, like, oh, you thought you were done with the game, but really, we're going to just reverse the entire castle and then go through it backwards. How's that sound? That's clever. Like, the first time you see that happen, it just kind of blew my mind. I was not expecting it. But, you know, going back through and playing it now, like, it just, going through the reversed castle, really highlights where some of the level design kind of breaks down a little bit. It definitely doesn't feel New Game Plus Upside Down Castle? No. This is Good Ending. So, spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't finished Symphony of the Night. But we have, quote-unquote, beaten the game, but it turns out that who you think is going to be the final boss of the game is not. And if you have certain items equipped during that fight, you can see something going on that you wouldn't normally see. And if you interact with that thing in a certain way, the battle ends with a different outcome. Okay. One more room to open up here. I think. No. Level down. Place is really staying, isn't it? Oh no. This is the boss room. We're not going to do that just yet. The room upstairs was the teleporter room, which I do want to activate. For sure. I like how they have to give you this little platform to use them. It's cute. I do have the invisible cloak, the crystal cloak. I'm not wearing it currently because I'm playing on Thief mode, which reduces all of your initial stats. So my defense kind of sucks. So I have the royal cloak equipped currently. But yeah, I have the Crystal Cloak, I have the Blood Cloak, and the Royal Cloak, and of course the sort of cloth one as well. Crystal Cloak isn't actually that much worse, honestly, but it has a bit less constitution. But yeah, you can wear it, and it's all flickery. It makes the bat form real interesting looking. But yes, Thief mode is I called it luck mode earlier, but I guess in the Castlevania jargon, it's usually known as Thief mode. Is a mode where you get ridiculous luck at the beginning of the game, and all of your other stats suck. All right, well let's go at it. Whoops, didn't hit it. So yes, in the reverse castle, yeah, item discovery is on, well, your luck stat starts out at 99, and then you also start with the lapis lazuli equipped, which increases that by 20. So you actually have 120 luck. Yeah, the 3D polygon texture wings are really amazing. I love this game. It is so fucking weird. So yeah, in the reversed castle, your how do I put it? Your task is to go around the castle and collect the various remains of Dracula. Some TNT. Let's go ahead and do the item collection bit in here while we are exploring. I'm taking care to kind of explore every room fully, not just because I'm weird like that and I like filling out maps, which I definitely do. But there's also a kind of armor that you can get in this game called the walk armor, which, much as the name implies, increases the stat bonuses it gives you the more of the castle that you have. When people fuck about offending someone, I don't really see how that has anything to do with it, honestly. Because I don't think people honestly give that much more of a fuck about offending people now, clearly, or it wouldn't happen so often. And B, I don't think, you know, if we're talking about things like, you know, race and gender issues and marginalized folks actually existing in games is about offense so much as, you know, just human dignity. But, you know, each their own. But yeah, definitely in terms of like 90s dev culture, I guess there's definitely a sense to a lot of different 90s games of just kind of being cobbled together. And that's, you know, Symphony of the Night definitely fits that description. We've got sprites from about God, what seemed to be like 7 different games, all kind of mashed together. I am getting wrecked, let me tell you. Oh Jesus. What are we gonna do about this? Well, that's not good. I can only really take one more hit like that. Let's go ahead and heal. We will use a apple. Sure. That wasn't very much. Well, yeah, less forgiving, but also, like, just designed not as well. Like, going back and looking at a lot of the sort of like, oh man, this game is so hard. You know, it's really unforgiving sort of games that people like to trot out. Which, like, I'm sitting here playing Symphony of the Night and having the time of my life because I love it. But I'll be the first to admit that it is, like, not really designed well in certain ways. Like, there's definitely parts of old games where you could tell that, like, certain ways of doing things hadn't quite solidified. And there's definitely an advantage to that in that, you know, there's a lot more weird ideas in mainstream games at the time. Like, there's so much going on in a lot of these games. And Grimiao is totally right. There are a lot of games that are designed that way so they can't be beaten during one rental period, so you'd have to rent it again. Because that's definitely a part of how games work and worked then as sort of money-making machines. And that goes back even to arcades, where, you know, they're designed to be incredibly difficult or incredibly demanding or incredibly unfair in order for you to be encouraged to spend your pocket money on them. Oh, cool! I didn't know we could toss that back at them. That's neat. Learn something new every day. Disney games did that a lot. Of course they did. Oh, that doesn't surprise me one bit. But of course, you know, it's the same kind of attitude that, you know, it leads to, you know, all, like, DLC and so on, microtransactions and whatnot, now. You know, how do we make a game into a money-making venture in such a way that it will continue to give us money after it's been purchased? So that, you know, people complain about it a lot more, but it really hasn't changed as a philosophy. Oh, Christ, 2 of these! Oh no. Ow, 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 ow. I'm just gonna let my bat kind of take care of him if I can. He purrs. We might die here. Coming to the clock tower first was the worst idea. And that's why stone is annoying without the mirror cuirass. Okay, so my memories of the clock tower being horrible are less related to the actual clock tower and more to the reversed clock tower, I'm realizing. I can get that sword? God, do I want to grind long enough to get it, though? Those guys are the pits. There is one bit of grinding I'm willing to do in this game on Thief mode, and that is getting the Crisegrim in the reversed library. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves. It's a strategically placed life up. Oh, God. Got him. I'm gonna be so happy when we get the Alucard shield. It sounds like a cool sword, and like one of the reasons I'm doing the luck run is so that I can get like cool, weird monster items a bit more readily. You respawned? How dare you? How dare you, sir? I'm going to speak to your manager. I am too. I'm gonna go beat up my dad, which is the whole point of the game. Spoiler alert! Dracula is in a Castlevania game. God. Medusa heads. They're gonna knock me out of the room. Oh, that's the most annoying thing. That's actually probably one of the examples of that, or what I would consider poor design in this game. It's at least one of the things I find most annoying about playing really any Castlevania game, is just that, like, every single enemy, no matter how little damage they do, even if they do 0 damage to you, will knock you halfway across the screen. No matter what. Unless you happen to be guarding with, like, a shield. Which, even then, there's a chance that they'll just rip your shield off and knock you back anyway. And then you're just, you know, falling back into spikes or what have you. Or out of the room. God almighty. Yes! The demon dragon whatever. It's very cool. I've seen it before. I don't think I've seen it in this run through. Because I've been pretty studious to avoid getting stoned. I mean... God. I need to just stop talking. Let's get out of here. Dear Lord, we're gonna die horribly. But yes, I've seen the Arcade Royal is right. There's a chance, a very small chance, that when you are turned to stone, that the sprite that gets displayed will not be just a palette swap of your normal standing sprite in like stone colors, but will actually be sort of a weird dragon demon thing that vaguely resembles Dracula's final form, which is pretty rad, all things considered. And as much as I've been harping on like some of the bad design choices, like there's some really cool ones too. The way that all of the different areas are kind of mashed together, like some folks kind of find that as sort of a contentious point, but I think it's actually really interesting. And as far as like overall level design, I'm actually quite fond of this game. Just in terms of like how the world itself is set up, how the castle itself is connected, and the different routes that you're encouraged to take, and the ways that it's set up. Because beyond the sort of like very granular, you know, how far do enemies knock you back, how much damage is done, how are the stats calculated, all of that stuff, how good your jump is, which is actually quite terrible most of the time, but like sort of a level of extraction above that. You have the level design of like, okay, what happens if the player goes, you know, through point X without having visited point Y first? And how is that handled, and what are all the different things that you can access, and in what order? That is actually done incredibly well in this game. Is probably the thing that keeps me coming back to it. Yeah. So Arcade has just posted the a picture of the demon dragon sprite, which is pretty small resolution, but it's pretty cool looking, I've gotta say. Is it rock, paper, scissors combat? No. There are some elemental weaknesses built into the game, but they're a bit more traditional D&D style elemental what's it than like a Pokemon elemental system. There's not like a strict sort of like cycle of X beats Y beats Z beats A beats X thing. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, some enemies are weak to fire, some enemies are strong against fire. That kind of thing. It's also like not terribly relevant for the most part. Like, if you're really trying to speedrun the game, right, and you're trying to scrape by with as little grinding and as little leveling as possible, you know, then, you know, a hit point or two kind of matters. But in the grand scheme of things, looks like the link came through for others, shows up as link deleted for me. That's bizarre. Can everybody else see the link that was posted? Might be a Twitch chat glitch. Could even be like a Twitch beta thing if you're on the beta version. I'm not sure. Okay, Grim can see it. But Meat cannot. That is weird. Well, let me just let me just bring it up if I can. Okay. Here's the oh, you did see it. You had to click on it. Might be an iOS thing. That could be. Okay. Crisis averted. Not that it was much of a crisis to begin with, but we've solved the issue. Now, what was I saying? I've forgotten. This happens quite frequently. Are we going? I don't know. It might be worth trying to go back through the clock tower again a little later. But for right now, I'm going to attempt to kind of go up the Royal Chapel the other way around. I solved the Twitch chat puzzle. It's an ARG, everyone. As for how the demon dragon thing is calculated, I am 99.9% positive that it's nothing more complicated than a simple random chance. Yes. Arcade's got to drive tomorrow. Have a good night, sir. We're actually going to be closing up shop pretty quickly here as well, because I don't mean to stream for too much longer. As I also have work tomorrow, and this is a bit streaming during the middle of the week is a bit unusual for me these days. Screw it. Let's just turn into mist. Are there conditions to the demon, maybe? I don't think so. I think the only conditions are you have to turn into stone, and you have to, like, there's just a random chance of it happening. I think it's actually it's like a pretty slim chance as well, like maybe once in 100 times, if that. Now, a fun thing we're going to do here, somewhere, I can't remember, I think it's a circlet. Yes. So, note what it says here for the cat eye circlet. Big HP restore by cat damage. There are enemies who are considered to be cats. And this is completely irrelevant, except for this one item. So like, these big panthers here that attack you. in these rooms. Oh, we're gonna face Medusa in a second. I want to show you the cat damage though, if I can, or get the cat to attack me. So I'm going to actually turn off the bat to get this to happen. Did that not work? I'm wearing the cat eye circlet, and I was attacked by a cat. That certainly seems like it didn't work. Did I de-equip it somehow? Big HP restore by cat damage. Maybe it doesn't count as a cat somehow. Well, whatever. We're going to take that off and put on something that gives us a little bit more defense. And there's a boss coming up. We're going to go ahead and kill that. And once we've done that, I think we're going to call it an evening. Oh, what the heck. Let's go ahead and use a pot roast. Couple of pot roasts. There. Good enough. Wall meat. And we'll activate the Herald Shield ability. Now we face off against Medusa. Ow. And we'll exploit the terrible AI. Alright. Onward you go, Unique. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to give the channel a follow if you want to know when I'm going live. And, yeah, have a good one. Cheerio. We're getting slaughtered here now. The tide has turned. Great. Well, we're getting stun locked. Got her. Oh, that is hurting. That is hurting quite a lot. It might actually be well worth it to us to go ahead and put that mirror cuirass back on. So we can't get turned to stone anymore and locked in that terrible... Petrifying. Okay. Yeah. Let's just peek into the next room. Yeah, we're not dealing with that tonight. So let's head on back to a save room. And get the good gosh darn out of here. Thanks all for coming by. Somehow got him. I'll take it. Alright, well, that's it for us tonight, folks. Thank you all for stopping by. And we'll see you again on the weekend for a longer, proper stream of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Probably try to get it wrapped up this weekend, and then who knows what next. Alright, cheers everybody. Bye.